Hey guys, Matt here. This is my review of Den of Thieves, Pantera, or Den of Thieves 2 for short. This movie is directed by Christian Gudegast, who directed the first Den of Thieves movie. This movie stars Gerard Butler and O'Shea Jackson Jr. Now, the plot of this movie is tough cop Big Nick, played by Gerard Butler, has decided that since his life is in shambles and he wants a change, he decides he wants to be a criminal. So he seeks out the criminal Donnie, played by O'Shea Jackson Jr., and they decide that they're going to perform a heist together. Now, when I first heard they were making Den of Thieves 2, I got excited because I was like, the first one was like Heat. It was cops and robbers. It was action-packed. It was, intense. There was a lot of cool moments in that film, except for like the twist at the end. That's the only gripe I have with that movie. So I was excited. But then I saw the movie, and I was hoping for something that was going to be either Big Nick was going to, be different. He was going to be a different role, different character, or we were going to get the same intense action from the first one. And did we get those? Well, we got one of them. Now, let me start with the acting in this movie. The best thing about this film is the chemistry and the scenes between Big Nick and Donnie. Now, imagine, if you will, the movie Heat. Imagine that diner scene, but imagine that it went on for about 10 more minutes. How interesting that would have been and how the dynamic of the movie would have shifted. So here, that's what the focus of this movie was. It was about Nick and Donnie ceasing to see each other as the opposite sides of the coin, so to speak, as to see each other as enemies, but rather teammates, people working together. There's a couple scenes where they discuss their past and they explain what happened to them as children or when they were younger and why they are the way they are. Those were the best scenes in the movie. There's also a nice scene at a party where Nick, Donnie, the rest of the crew, they're, having some drinks. They're having a good time. And that was nice. But the movie never really ceases to stop that tone. If you were expecting something that's, action-packed and intense like the first one, you're not going to get that in this movie. There's not a single gun fired until the last 40 minutes of this movie. And this movie was 2 hours and 40 minutes long. This was a heist film. And that's what the focus is here. It's on a heist. But it's not even like a fun, cool heist movie like Bank Job or Ocean's 11. No. This is just characters talking about something, looking at something, planning stuff. And then when the heist happens, there's barely any trouble. There's nothing that, throws a wrench in their plan. And so it's like, if you're going to spend all the time focusing on this heist, at least throw a wild card in there. I mean, this movie also has other characters involved that really just convolute the plot, like the Mafia and another faction group of two men that are scorned from the original group. And this movie also has a couple different endings that it really didn't need to have. It could have ended like a post-credit scene or something similar, but this movie's 2 hours and 40 minutes long, and you can feel it. Now, maybe the director's vision of this movie was to make it more of a heist film, more of like almost like a buddy cop type movie, because that's what the tone was, but it's a very different direction from the first film. And yeah, they could make a third one, but that, like this, is probably going to feel like a straight-to-DVD movie. And I'm not even sure, which one of the actors is going to be involved next time around. So because of that, because this movie is pretty forgettable, it's nothing like the first one, but the acting between the two leads is good, I'm going to give Den of Thieves 2 a C-. So until next time, guys, see ya.